Hello, my dear Aries. I go by Venusian Vibes, and I'm going to be doing your love and spirituality reading for the month of December today. I already have your deck all shuffled, and I'm going to begin with lighting this candle for you. I make these candles every month for my monthly readings, and for the month of December, I've imbued this candle with the energy of with healing energy, um, connecting it to Archangel Raphael, because I think everybody needs a little bit of healing right now. It definitely can't hurt. All right. So to begin, we are going to start by getting one oracle card for you from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck. And then I'll read this to you, its meaning, at the end of the reading. But for right now, I'm just going to get that keyword and the beautiful picture on the card. So let's see what your message is. Okay. All right. Very true to Aries archetype. We have taking risks. With that beautiful bird, it looks like a hawk, out there flying around, taking risks. All right, so it's time to step up and be brave in December. There is something that's going to be a challenge, that a new adventure to embark on, something that's a little bit scary to you, but you're going to have to just get in there and do it. So let's see more about what's going on here for you. All right, I'm just going to tune into your energy, my dear Aries, and then cut the deck and get your spread going. Oh, wow, beautiful. We have the star here for your underlining energy for the month of December. The star. Okay, so that's very good. The star is all about hope. It's all about dreams and believing in something. And it's also about something actually, what you've been hoping for, actually manifesting in your life. So is there something that you've been really hoping to happen, Aries? Is there something you've just been thinking about and wondering about if it would ever manifest? It looks like in the month of December, you're definitely in that energy of starting to manifest something very beneficial to yourself, something that's going to make you very happy. All right, so we have the Tower in the reverse. All right, the Three of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. We have the King of Cups here. Okay. Let's see. Nine of Cups. Good. Good. Six of Pentacles in the seat of your unconscious. So what you're not fully aware of, but that's very good energy. So that's interesting. And then the Eight of Wands. All right. So, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have your past. And I will, if I feel called to look into that, then I will. But otherwise, I will just leave the past in the past. But I can see here that there has been a lot of different, you've been holding a lot of different perspectives about something, and you might have been having some internal battles about how to handle a certain situation. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the obvious, and that is that you are going to be having communication with somebody, and this is a love and spirituality reading, so it's most likely somebody who you are in a romantic connection with. So this is somebody that you have interest in, and it can be someone you're in a relationship with, or that you have some sort of love connection with. And it's a king, so it likely is someone who you've known for a while and not just like a new person coming into your life for most of you. So this person is very compassionate and considerate. They're caring. The gender doesn't really matter. It's about how they're very at peace with themselves. And they're connected to they're centered and just like connected to their true self, and they have no apologies for who they are. So you really admire that about this person. Now they can be a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. That's kind of the typical water elements for connected to the King of Cups. And for me, I'm getting like a Cancerian energy, maybe a little Pisces energy too, for the most part. And we have the Eight of Wands sitting underneath. So to me, I'm really getting that for most of you. This is going to be someone who's reaching out to you, communication coming in to you. And so we can see, since the card is upright, I can't imagine that it's actually something that's negative. I'm going to get a quick Lover's Oracle card to see kind of what this person's sentiments are towards you. I'm getting positive energy from this person, so let's just see what sentiments this person has for you. And we did just get a card. Oops. Here's the card that came out. Very pretty. Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. And it is much like a King of Cups archetype to be bringing in the romance. So can you see that already? Yeah, I'll just have it like that, kind of tucked in. So that's great, and that's what it seems like here. So we have kind of some interesting energies going on. I love that there is this person in your life who is definitely there for you, and they seem to be someone you admire a lot. But we have in the center here in your seat of consciousness, the Three of Swords sitting in the reverse. So that's a very interesting placement, especially with the Six of Pentacles being underneath it in the unconscious. And the Tower in the reverse. It just seems like there is, for me, it's indicating something that you've known needs to change for a while, but that you haven't really been able to. I think that you're going to be having a release. I am getting a sense of a release of something that has been plaguing you for a while now. With the Tower in the reverse, it's not just a shocking event that just happens suddenly and it puts you on your toes and it somehow changes you in your life in some way, because it's reversed. And so it's, for me, what I'm getting, especially with this Nine of Cups, it's almost kind of this woman shooting out of a treasure chest, but I almost feel like she's the energy of the Nine of Cups, which is very positive. I mean, it is just all about self-love and self-contentment and being satisfied in your life. And this is happening, and I think it's in a large part because of this person that you might have even met recently for some of you. I mean, I don't think you're meeting them in December, but I think that for some of you, this is someone who you've met within this last year. And it's almost like this relationship that you've had, or at least this love connection, seems to be has somehow opened up your heart in a certain way, because there's just so much energy shown in the visuals with this King's heart, and then with her, the chest area, like all of these rays coming out. And so I just think there's such a heart connection here that it's almost like is somehow healing you. And this energy is coming in and is finally breaking through to change this heartache that you've had for quite some time. I'm getting, for some of you, a few years of kind of this low-grade heartache, kind of pain from something that didn't work out in the past, or traumas you've had in the past, a revolving love that have left you feeling kind of low and with low self-esteem even. And so we have this beautiful energy that is just the happiness of it. And it's so authentic too. And it just comes up and it finally pushes through this very blocked energy where something was probably you were meant to have sort of this shift in your heart space, like this shift in how you, it's almost like a letting go of fears and letting go of, I'm getting the word resentments. And finally, it looks like in December, you're really starting to break through. So I'm thinking it's not so, it's in the reverse. So I'm getting that it's not such a shocking thing. It's something that's happening. It's kind of like a tower moment, but prolonged. So it's like happening more in weeks, like weeks to months, and it's already been happening sort of this slower than a upright tower shift, like which can happen in a day, like dark night of the soul, some sudden happening was unexpected. But this is more like a shift that started, and it started when you met this person, or the first time they said something kind to you, the first time that they made you feel appreciated or loved or something like that. And that set a little stone, or what's the phrase there? A little spark, or seed. It planted a seed, and then from there the seed grew. And I just feel like they just kept watering your seed and being kind to you and being respectful, considerate, helpful even. And so you just had this, like, a bit of this shift in how you view what love and life can be over time. And it's going to just keep, if you haven't noticed it so much up to this point, you're really going to start noticing it in December, because there's balance being restored into your life. And this is in your unconscious, and going into December and in December. But this is a good card. So for this to be in your shadow, this is just indicating that you haven't felt like you can have a relationship that is completely in balance, with give and take. I think in the past, a lot of you have experienced giving too much, and then maybe a few of you have been the ones who gave less. It seems to be out of fear. If that's you, it was more out of fear that somehow giving would leave you giving more. Giving it all would lead to you being, like, taken from, if that makes sense. So if you were that person, it was just out of fear, because of past experiences. But regardless of where you stand or stood in the past in that dynamic of give and take, there was a marked imbalance, and it left you with low self-esteem, though you would have had to have already had a bit of a low self-image to get into a situation like that. But you had experiences that intensified this belief that it is impossible for you to get in return what you give. But there is a truth here that you're going to start to be recognizing in December, that is, okay, balance can be obtained in this regard, and you can receive. And you are deserving to receive. This person is just completely content in their own life. And they feel, at the floor here, we have a treasure chest. I'm getting that you are starting to feel like a treasure. You're starting to feel your worth and value a lot more than you have in the past. And it feels really great. It feels amazing to get this communication that someone really cares about you. It's just so good. And just releasing this old heartache that, it's so unnecessary to have anymore. You don't need it anymore. And it's starting to really you're starting to really let go of it. I mean, it's something that's been kind of just in you for a while, years and years. I'm not saying that you've just been in this state of complete heartbreak for years and years, but it's more like this low-grade achy. You've been hurt in the past. You've been felt like you weren't taken care of correctly, and it's kind of impacted you on a self-image, self-esteem level, and just kind of like this, and then created these belief systems around what you are actually able to receive in this world and in a relationship. And that's just starting to completely, I'm getting a sense of unraveling. And I'm going to actually start taking clarifiers now, because I'm just getting such a good feeling about December for you guys. I'm just going to get some clarifiers now. I feel like this is, okay. Sorry, I can't shuffle on screen. My angle doesn't really allow for that, but you can probably hear me. I'm over in the corner doing this. Okay, so let's see. Clarifiers for my dear Aries. What else? Other messages. Got 2. High Priestess in the reverse. And the Page of Wands. Page is actually young energy. New and youthful. And I think that's this person's energy towards you. All right, can I get 2 more, please? And I got 2 more. Beautiful. Okay, 6 of Pentacles again, but this time sitting in the reverse position. And interesting, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. Okay, okay. All right, is that kind of straight? Okay. So we have these 2 pages mirroring each other. One is you, one is them. The Page of Pentacles, sitting in the reverse down here, is your energy. The Page of Wands is the person you're dealing with. So they want to approach you in a solid way where they feel, I'm almost getting a sense that this person feels a certain kind of calling to protect you, and they want you to be happy, and they want to, so I think you have a bit of sadness about you as you release all of this past stuff that might be coming up into, sometimes it has to come up a little stronger before it can be released. So I'm thinking that there's a certain air of sadness about you, and this person just really wants to be a solid rock for you. And what they want is to experience the world with you. And they're curious to know more about you, and to, I'm once again getting this, the word protection. They really want to protect you and be the person in your life that you feel comfortable with. However, and then we have your energy, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're having an issue in terms of, still in terms of in the giving aspect of things. I'm getting a sense that you don't feel safe giving to this person. And giving, I'm of course not just talking about gifts or something like that. I'm just talking about in terms of intimacy, time, attention, and also giving of yourself, meaning talking to them, revealing things about yourself, allowing yourself to be vulnerable with them, things like that. There's a blockage there for you. Both of these cards are indicating that It's interesting, we have the Six of Pentacles in the upright, and but then here it's in the reverse. So there's this going back and forth and feeling like, and so you're still having this issue of feeling like you are going to be able to receive from somebody and that you're deserving of their time, attention, and whatever. And it's almost like your intuition is being blocked and very much thrown off here. I'm getting a sense that some of you are misinterpreting signs, and you're misinterpreting the things this person says. And it's because it's a place where there's a lot of shadow, a lot of damage that's occurred for you in your life, in terms of feeling safe with someone who's actually being like nice to you. And so you are suspicious of them. I'm getting that from the energies here with the High Priestess in the reverse. You know, the High Priestess in the reverse is someone who is, and what I'm getting the energy from it right now is someone who is, their intuition is being skewed, and it's being, the truth of what's really happening is not being seen correctly. You're perceiving things, your perception is off. And the perception is around what this person is giving and whether you can trust them. I'm thinking they're just a very kind person, and they really do have their best intentions towards you, but you're not used to that. And so you can't really receive it without this air of suspicion. And you're also not being very good at returning anything, and giving back to them. And I'm getting a sense that they are somehow they're understanding of this. I think this is they're a very intuitive person. I mean, the King of Cups, meaning that they are emotionally pretty sound, and they're understanding. They seem to be understanding of this, of the reason that you're being like this. But I do sense that over time it is something that isn't exactly going to be helpful for you to grow this connection. So it will be good to actually kind of release some of the blockages you're having that are making it hard for you to trust this person and to also give back to them. Okay. Okay, so I'm thinking in the past you had a false start with some of you guys had a false start with someone who was actually seeing someone else, or who ended up being deceptive in some type of way. And when you found out, it was very devastating. So that's some of your guys' kind of history that a specific storyline I'm getting for one or two of you for why you're struggling now with really trusting this person. There's not much I can say to magically make you trust somebody. It's really just your own journey and just acknowledging in a very firm way what's going on for you, that like, yes, this has happened to me, so I have trust issues. It's making it hard for me to feel comfortable in being vulnerable with this person, or giving more of my time and attention to them. And I don't believe that things can be balanced. So things like that, just recognizing truths like that you know are true about yourself, can help kind of start to at least bring these issues in the forefront, so that you can work with them in a way that's just more conscious. The taking risk is directly related to this dynamic, because we have here a need for you to somehow to drop these fears and be willing to trust this person. So this taking risks is directly related to being able to trust and being able to give to this person in a way that makes things more balanced between you two. So I'm going to read the taking risks, the message for that, and see where we are after that. I may have one more thing to say after reading this. We shall see. Taking risks. Okay. When you draw this card, it is a time to step beyond your normal everyday life. Take some risks, face your fears, do things in a new and even unorthodox way. Listen more to your inner voice than to the voices and opinions of others. Rather than running from potential failure, embrace it. History has shown that those willing to face failure will often succeed in a massive way later. Okay. So what was brought up was the High Priestess in the reverse energy, and that is not listening to others' opinions, trusting your own intuition. But when we have an intuitive block and aren't perceiving things as they are because of fears, because of past traumas, things like that, then it is hard to trust your own intuition. That's going to be about recentering, and it takes time. So it's probably a theme in December to dig more into and gain more access to your true intuition without it being influenced by your fears and by your past traumas. That is what I'm seeing here in terms of the work that needs to be done, in terms of this paradigm shift that needs to occur. That seems to be taking a while to occur, but there's so much good energy here in December for you, especially with the star. I mean, it couldn't get, and the wheel. Oh my God, there's just so much change happening for you. Though you might feel a little bit ungrounded. I did get a hint of the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, so it might not be a month where you're feeling super, super grounded and secure in your life. So it's not like every to me, I'm a Virgo, so for me, feeling secure and grounded and centered in my own life and environment is like extremely important to me. But that's not true for everybody, and in terms of what they need in their day-to-day life. But for you, it's going to be a bit of an uprooting feeling. I'm seeing just these images of kind of like land being uprooted, and I think that there is a sense of just as you work through this dynamic going on within yourself, this flawed, sort of unclear sense of access to your intuition, things being blurred and confused. As we kind of work through that more, it's going to give a sense of being uprooted. But there's just so much good happening, and I'm also getting a lot of downloads that you're going to be having from certain astrological, planetary aspects, things like that come together a certain way, and it ends up inspiring you and helping you in what you need to get done in the moment. And this is all about unblocking your intuition so that you can become more clear about the people around you and not be going so much off of fears and your fears and your insecurities. there's so much great energy, and especially with this person. I mean, I'm not really getting anything bad from this person. I'm gonna also be doing a pick a card reading that will dig more into specific relationships. Love, like a love pick a card reading. But this is a general for the monthlies. It's love and spirituality. So I focus mostly on your own spiritual development as opposed to every little thing about this other person. But I can just get this broad energy where I'm seeing something very positive here. We even have this romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. So, and wish fulfillment with the star. So good things are happening in this relationship and with this person. It's all about becoming more centered with your intuition and releasing some of those fears and those traumas from the past, not letting them influence how you behave with this person, because they deserve to have your complete, at least if they have not given you a solid reason to not trust them. I think that for most of you, and take this if it resonates, but if they haven't given you a reason not to trust them, I think they deserve your trust. And if you feel like it's true that you're having issues with that because of the past things you've been through, then that's not, and you know that that's not super fair to this person. And I think just really so much is going to open up for you within this relationship if you can find a way to feel comfortable, or at least try to be vulnerable with them, if they're already doing that with you, and if you're not doing that back, like if they're revealing things about themselves and they're trying to gain more intimacy with you, but you're not returning that, and you recognize that that's true, then it might be nice to sort of try to work on returning that for them so you can gain more intimacy with this person if that feels right. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. I wish you the best totally in December. I love seeing this energy for you. I think is ultimately going to be a really great month full of lots of loving messages, and I love doing this reading for you. Okay. All right. Till next time.